Okay. Now, the critical thing is to make sure that the reaction is not happening at the ortho position and para position. At the beginning, you have seen the directing group with the cyano, but subsequently you have seen the directing group with a variety of other template, systematic development, like pyrimidine one. This is really good. And essentially, this wiggly bond can be almost anything, as you have seen. The wiggly bond can be almost anything, and the template could be this one, right? You can have even 20 atom distance. You can go on even further. We didn't take it further, but you can take it further. And the reaction, a variety of reactions can be done at that position, right? Also, we have discussed that you can design the directing group. The design has to be completely different, because this you are looking at selectively this position, the para position or 4 position, without touching the ortho and meta position. This is going to be a humongous job, because it has to wrap around, the template has to be designed perfectly so that this position can be activated, metallated, and delivered, right? Again, by utilizing this, a variety of substrate and variety of functionalization can be achieved. The template, both these are all evolving, developing, ever developing, and can be taken care of things. Okay, I will stop here, at least for time being. Then we'll take some question. Anyone?
Sir, so here we are diverting to para pH functionalization, especially because which is not done by convention. Why I'm asking, because one question arises like, are we giving so much importance so that in drug discovery, meta pH functionalization role is more important than other positions? I assume like it is not like that, but yeah.
It's not like that. It's just that it's, as I said, this is just evolving, right? So yeah, so one after another you are seeing, but something is more done at this point of time than the other. This is the case of research, right? You have limited resources always, right? You have to utilize the resources intelligently so that things can be systematically explored also, right?
Sir, and one more question arises, like we are seeing limitations and we are overriding the possible limitations with some new technology. But do you think, of course, there is going to come some limit, no, sir, like one intrinsic property within the chemical itself, so that it provides a strong barriers that we cannot override itself. Means I'm asking not in terms of this in any research, because scientists try to push the borders further and further. But I'm saying is there is going to come a point where we can't just simply accept and move on.
Absolutely. I mean, for every problem, there cannot be always a solution. This is absolute right philosophy. I mean, when you cannot solve a problem by a given strategy, you then change the strategy. Okay. I mean, this is, you take a detour, you solve it in an alternate way. Not that this strategy has to work out for everything. There could be some limitation. You can push the envelope to a certain extent. After that, you realize that it is not possible. For some instances, there is. I mean, no matter what we all have studied in the literature, every approach, everything has a limitation, right? So this is where the research and the further development and the strategies has to evolve. It's a constantly evolving field. Everything, right? No philosophy is also completely right? Everything has to be challenged with respect to time, and then new philosophy or modified strategy has to come up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Absolutely. So I'll discuss some more in a moment. Okay. I mean, we'll discuss quite a lot actually on that strategy. Okay. Anyone else has any question?
Sir, I have a question.
Karthik, yes.
If the para position has any other group, will this para functionalization group go to the meta position? Is there any possibility?
Yes, there is possibility, because meta and para are very close by. Yes, But yes, it can do, but you don't want that to happen or that to do with the para group, because you have already, let's say, very good meta DG. If para is blocked, you would not use the para DG, you use the meta DG, right? You do not have to use the para DG.
Thank you.
Right. Now that's a very important question, and we have faced this quite a lot. If para is blocked, it goes for meta, because the template is so flexible in a way. If you don't give the easily available, in this case for the para template, para CH is the easy one. If you don't give the easy food to the template, then it goes for the difficult ones, right? This is what also I was telling in terms of enzyme. Some of the enzyme active species are so active, if you do not have the right substrate, it ends up taking your important, let's say, medicine and others, because the enzyme is active, or the active site is very active. So you need to give the right substrate in the right amount, in the right control. If you do not have it, other things gets chewed up.
Okay, one more, sir.
Yes.
If the same substitution, the meta position or ortho position is having any other substitutions, will it do the same work in the para position? That means the efficiency is same.
Well, see, all efficiencies are relative, right? So you keep on biasing the, let's say, ortho position, meta position, or para position in a different way. Of course, catalyst will, if the catalyst is outstanding, then there is no effect. But most of the things, including the enzymes, they are not robust in a way they can do the same way everything, every substrate, right? There will be retardation, or there will be discrimination, so to speak, by the catalyst. So depending on what you are putting, the rate of the reaction may go up or go down, right? Because you are directly impacting on the electronic and steric effect of the substrate, right? So you change anything, it will have an impact. But most important thing is, despite being impacted, is it going to work or not? That's the question, right?
Yes.
There will be an impact. I mean, let's say if you don't eat today, tomorrow there is an impact, but is your body able to withstand that impact? If the answer is yes, you are not way too weak just by not eating for one day, I think that's good enough. So we are strong enough, right? So the catalyst will be always be questioned, impacted, but it has to be robust enough, and the design and overall efficiency should be good enough so that it can still work despite being impacted, despite being down from time to time, right? So this is what I'm telling over here. You see, if you keep on increasing the length, for example, here I'm talking about 20 atom or so, if you decrease it, yield and efficiency will be better. Let's say you compare these two, maybe. You see, this is a smaller length, 1, 2, or little bit different. The yield is little bit higher, selectivity is little bit better. You increase it little bit or affect it, change it little bit, you see the yield is little bit less, selectivity is little bit less, right? But still it works. All I have done is oxygen shifted from here to there, one more carbon shift. But you see, still yield is not bad, and the selectivity is not bad. It still works. So this is where the robustness comes into the picture. How robust it is, how much heat it can withstand, how much changes it can withstand. It's good enough. I would say 82 goes down to 70, 20 to 1 goes down to 15 to 1. Yeah, live with it. We'll live with it. It's good enough.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. Anyone else?
Sir, now you said that we cannot beat enzyme in its own domain. So what we are trying to do is, in some of the properties, we are beating it, like in terms of selectivity, we are overcoming it. Now coming to enzyme, in one of the property, the turnover property is more multiple. It is fast and more product is formed. And Deficient.